Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa, District Latur in Maharashtra State. It's organized a World Record Series 2. It's a daily webinar. For today's session on the dais is Honorable Premalata Munoli Madam. So firstly, I welcome to you, Madam, for the dais.
Thank you, sir.
I welcome the Chief Organizer of the series, our ideal Principal, M.M. Bedkar, sir. Also welcomes faculty members of my college and all those dear participants. The topic for today's presentation is marketing of financial service. Now this topic is going to present, as I have mentioned, Honorable Premalata Munoli Madam. She is an assistant professor serving at Commerce Department, who is now at present serving in Government First Grade College, Bidar, Karnataka States. So with the brief introduction, now I request you, Madam, please start your presentation on the topic marketing of financial service. You are most welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Very good evening and namaste to everyone who has joined for the today's webinar. So myself, Premalata Munoli, and first of all, I would like to thank the principal of Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa Latur and the chief organizer of the today's World webinar series, Dr. M.M. Bedkar, sir, who has given me an opportunity to be a part of this fantastic event, sir. Sir, from the bottom of my heart, I really thank you for giving me an opportunity. Such a wonderful platform you have given to me to explore myself. And really, तहे दिल से मैं आपका शुक्रगुजार करती हूँ, sir. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity. At the same time, I would also like to congratulate and thank your team who have been working so hard and smartly, consistently for a period of 296 days, I suppose. I believe today is the 297th day of the World Webinar Series. And really hats off to your team, sir, who have been working so efficiently and fantastic. Such a creative or such a fantastic initiative which you have taken, sir, from your college. Really, I feel myself very much blessed and great honor to be in this fantastic platform, sir. Thank you once again to each and everyone for creating such a wonderful knowledge platform. So thank you so much. And once again, as I told you, in this occasion, I would also like to thank each and everyone who have been backbone to me for to be a part of this event. And really, this is, I feel it is like a Mahayagna for me, which you are doing. And in this Mahayagna, taking me as a speaker, really, it feels an honor and a great privilege for me to be in this World Record Webinar Series, sir. Thank you once again. And sir has also given me a brief introduction. So a few more things I would like to tell about myself. Sir, if you don't mind, few more things about my thing I would like to share with you.
Yes, madam. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you. So as sir has introduced, I'm Premalata Munoli, working as an assistant professor in commerce at the Government College, Bidar, the crown of Karnataka state. We call it as a crown of Karnataka state, sir. So from that part, I belong. So since my journey of education or the journey of teaching profession since 14 years, it's a great lot number of memories, a lot number of experiences I was also able to share. And in this, before joining to this government profession or the government college, also worked at the RV institution at Bangalore, also worked at one of the NGO before joining to this teaching profession. So during this teaching profession and this career, I was able to take up the responsibilities of IQAC coordinator, placement cell coordinator, women's cell coordinator, and various other committee member, worked as another member also. And with all the fantastic support and the encouragement given in my previous college and also in the present college, I feel really very much happy to be having such a fantastic soul in and around me. And on this occasion, also, I would like to thank each and everyone for being so much supportive and encouraging and inspiring for me. And in this journey, also, with all the fantastic and the pure soul, I was able to publish the biography on my father, sir. So he is a retired deputy superintendent of excise in Kalburgi, Karnataka. So on his 70th birthday, I was able to publish, and as a gift I had given to him. At the same time, I was also able to publish the books on NEP for the commerce students. Okay. And banking law and practice, or be it business regulatory framework, and the other books were able to be published with fantastic support and the inspiration from the beautiful souls which are always behind me and with me. And this platform really is a great thing. And this session, or the today's presentation, definitely I'll be dedicating to them, because without them, this would have not been possible, sir. And hopefully, today's presentation, I'll be able to justify it properly. I hope I'll be able to share some of the views regarding the marketing of the financial services, sir. So that was a brief introductory part about myself and about the webinar. So, sir, shall I now share my screen?
No, ma'am.
Or is it shared? Now is it?
It is, yes, madam, it's visible now. Perfect.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
continue.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So, as I told, the topic for the today's webinar series is marketing of financial services. So, before going to give the elaboration of this session, I would also like to focus here mainly on bank marketing. Okay. So, let me give you the brief introduction. What actually you mean by marketing? What do you mean by service sector? And hide. Okay. Okay, sir. Done, sir?
Yes, yes, madam, yes. Now it's clear. Yes.
Fine. So before going to this, I was like, yeah, I will be sharing what actually you mean by marketing, what do you mean by service sector, what are the financial services, what actually you mean by financial services, why there is a necessity of marketing of financial services. Also, I'll be more focusing on the bank marketing, right? So that is the main highlight or the main theme for the today's presentation, sir. So to begin with, when you say marketing, it means what? The process of promoting or selling the goods and the services to our prospective customers, right? So gone are the days when we used to say market means what? Only the goods were exchanged for the goods. That was our barter system, which we are able to remember now. So earlier, before the introduction of the money system or the currency system, we used to exchange the goods for goods only. So now the concept of marketing has completely changed, right? So people are now, or the customers, we consider them as the king of the market. So whatever our customers are demanding, whatever are their desires, whatever their needs are, we need it to manufacture, and it is the part of the manufacturer to produce and to sell those products according to the needs and desires, according to the requirements of the customers. So that is the concept of marketing. So when it comes to the service sector, or when you talk about the service marketing or services, we have n number of service sector. So let me tell you, so more than 50% of the what revenue, or the India's GDP, the revenue is generated from the service sector, isn't it? So that means what? Earlier, the thing was like agriculture sector contribution was at the high peak. right? So now during this previous 30 to 40 years, we are able to see that the service sector contribution is more than 50% to our India's GDP. So you can just imagine the level of or the importance of the service sector to our economy, right? So next, what I'll try to tell you what actually mean by financial service marketing, right? So when the financial services, when you say the financial service, it means what here? Those services, maybe say like banking services, or it may be your insurance services, or it may be like mutual funds, or it is the for that matter like wealth management, or it may be the credit management, or the portfolio management. All these are considered as the financial services. Clear? So whenever the financial institutions or the financial companies, when they are selling their products or when they are selling their services to their prospective customers, that is considered as the financial service marketing. So when you say marketing, we need to convince the customers. So convincing the customer is not everyone's cup of tea. So in that scenario, when we can just imagine how our financial institutions are striving hard to convince our customers, isn't it? So it is not very easy to say convince or to sell our product, to promote our products or services to the customer. So hence it is one of the challenging tasks which at present most of the financial service providers are facing. So in spite of all these challenges, how they are going to sell their products or how they are going to market their products means they may adapt either the traditional marketing method or they can adapt for the digital marketing method, isn't it? So when you talk about the traditional marketing method, it includes what? Television, it includes the radios, it includes the print media, or it may be the signage, right? So these are the most popular and it is considered as the traditional marketing method. Fine. So when it comes to the digital world or the digital marketing method, of course, we are all very much aware that when you say digital marketing, it includes usage of online marketing, or the usage of by creating the blogs or the outbound channels like say pay per click, right? So PPC, this will be the trend which is followed, or these are the methods which are to be opted for the what marketing of the financial services. So we cannot say that even though it is a financial services, we cannot say that we will follow the age old marketing techniques. We cannot say that we'll still stick on to our tradition. We cannot say still say that we will follow only marketing of our services by using only television or by radio or by the print media, isn't it? So always we need to use the blend of both the digital and the what do you say traditional marketing methods have to be adapted in order to prove effectiveness in reaching the and also engaging the customers, right? So we cannot say completely we are digitalized. No, we cannot completely follow only one method for marketing our products or the services, right? So we need to follow the blend of both digital and also that of the uh, what traditional marketing methods, right? So next question comes, what is the need of marketing the financial services, right? Is there actually a need of marketing? In the beginning, as I told you, marketing means we had a concept of selling only the goods or the products, right? So financial services like your insurance is there, like your mutual funds are there, or your bank services are there, or it may be any of the credit cards, or it may be any of the portfolio things are there. So when is there a necessity of marketing? Yes, definitely there is a need of marketing. It is the need of the hour. The reason what or the reason why we had to focus on marketing financial services, because of the commoditization, right? So that is standardizing the financial products. It has made it harder to differentiate from the competition. So high level of competition has also emerged even in the financial sector too, right? So gone are the days when we used to say sector banks were there, and merged even in the public sectors and also in the private sector finance service providers to order. Clear. So even in the case of financial technology or an upgradation in your financial technology, it has made the financial institutions to go for this marketing of their services. Suppose if I take an example, when I want to say I want to make an investment in the LIC, or if I want to make an investment, or when I want to make an insurance in Bajaj, suppose say Bajaj, if I want to make insurance, so I cannot go and make an insurance. I cannot make a policy, right? Before that, the customers, what we are doing, we'll be searching, we'll be using the technology, we'll search, we'll do the comparison, and then we'll be taking up a decision whether to opt for the Bajaj Aviva, or whether we had to go for Tata AIG, or whether I had to go for the SBI insurance, or whether I had to go for the LIC, right? So that means what? There has been a trend of, or there is an upgradation of financial technology. So that is one of the biggest challenge which has made the marketing of financial services, right? Then another reason what we are able to highlight here is there is a lack of trust. Okay, so most of the customers have lost the confidence in the eyes of the they have lost the confidence on the financial institutions. The reason is what? Maybe say suppose if I take the same example of insurance or the banking sector, if I take, what we are seeing, the most of the people have lost the trust, so that trust has to be regained back. Okay, so when I have to increase the number of my customers, definitely marketing strategies have to be at the top level. Then only we'll be able to then only I'll be able to again enrich the confidence. I'll be able to gain the confidence in the from the customers, right? Then another reason what has made the marketing of financial services, that of regulatory barriers. As we have in the banking sector, we have the Reserve Bank of India, a regulatory body. The same way in the stock exchange or the stock market, we are having the SEBI, right? So stock exchange board of Security Exchange Board of India, right? So SEBI is a regulatory body which is helping, or because of their tight regulations, it has made the financial services, it has made the financial institutions also to go for marketing, right? So that is, I have written, tighter regulations are making it harder for the to the market aggressively. So every day, even when you talk about the RBI regulations, they are making a very tight regulations. Lot number of variations, lot number of changes are happening in the regulations of the RBI, or it be it SEBI, or it be a MRTP, or whichever sector you are taking. Lot of tight regulations has made the financial service providers to go for the marketing. At the same time, another reason what we are seeing here is the digital transformation. Clear. So advances like marketing automation are rendering traditional marketing methods ineffective. Clear. So traditional marketing methods will be very much ineffective. That means we'll be held back if we follow the old and the traditional method, right? So everything is under the tip of the or by the just by the click, I'll be able to get n number of information on whichever area or whichever topic, whichever you want. You are able to get the information under the just by the click of a button under your mobile, or be it a laptop, or be it any of the digital technology whichever you are using. Then another reason what we have written, what is here is a digitization. Here, the customers mostly are expecting for the customized services or personalized digital experiences they want, right? Say, for example, if my salary is hardly 10,000, based upon my salary, the customer will be looking for the 10,000 in what could be the best way of doing the investment. Clear. So we cannot say that the same kind of marketing or the same kind of experiences every customer will not be having. Clear. So that has also made, that is nothing but customized services. Customers are looking for their personalized digital experiences, has made them or the financial services to go for the marketing. So as I told you, my topic is mainly related on the bank marketing. So let us now focus on about the bank marketing, right? So when you say bank marketing, it is nothing but it's not like marketing the banks. So we are not uh, we are not promoting or we are not selling the market here. So when you say bank marketing, it is nothing but marketing of the products, marketing of the services which the banks are providing in order to satisfy the customers financial needs and the wants more effectively and efficiently than the competitors, isn't it? So that is the concept of bank marketing. So earlier, if we think about say for example, when our grannies used to do the savings, they never had any kind of banks, they never used to go for the banks, right? So they used to do the savings only in the vessels or the boxes in the kitchen. Clear? So now that was also a way of doing their savings. But now the banks, even though banks are available, but there is a need of marketing. Earlier, they never used to say, they never gone to the customers or they never told the customers to do the savings, right? But now the banks are struggling hard to market their products and the services to its prospective customers. So that is what is the meaning of bank marketing. Now, if I had to tell what made the bank marketing necessary or why bank marketing is necessary, the reason is the existence of customers. As I told you, we have n number of customers, be it a public sector bank, whether it is a private sector bank, or whether it is a foreign bank, or whether it is an agriculture bank, or it may be any kind of the banks which are providing you the services. So customers are everywhere. Right. So, in order to each and every banks, banking institutions are they want to win more number of customers. They want more and more number of customers. So that has made them to convince the customer. The marketing is the only one mantra. That is the only one strategy which they have to follow. Clear? Then the main purpose of the bank marketing. So the need and the purpose are a little bit a light difference we are able to make out here. The major purpose why the bank marketing is necessary is it is identifying the most profitable markets. So it is finding the when the banks are marketing their products or when they are marketing their services to the customers or when they are marketing their services or products to the customers, they find it is one of the most profitable markets. So if I had to tell here, banks are not any charitable trust, isn't it? So banks are also the business unit. When you say it is a business unit, definitely they are they are commercial, they want to make the business. So when they want to make a business, definitely they have to go for the marketing. So at the present we are able to find what the profitable market. So banks are finding it, this is the only area where I can make a number of profits, or the banks are able to make the good amount of profits now and also in the future. Because when it comes to the Indian economy or the present scenario, our country is economically it is developing. We are able to find the money, or each and every individual has got the money in his hand. Okay, so we people are able to spend. Okay, so the purchasing power has increased at present. So people are like, if they have the money, they are able to enjoy lavishly here, right? So for this purpose, at the present scenario, the banks are finding it is the one of the most profitable area at present and also in the future, right? Assessing the present and the future needs of the customers, also setting up of the business development goals. Okay, suppose if you are able to remember, banks means what? The two major functions which they have to perform was like accepting of the deposits and lending of the loans. Only these two were the major functions during when the banks were established, right? So, but now the what is happening here? The setting they are thinking about, business development goals. They are making the plans to meet them up. Clear? So how best they are able to adapt? They, like any other MNCs, these banks are also striving hard to convince the customer. They are marketing their products. They are adapting to the changing environment. Clear? So they are adapting to the changing environment. So now suppose if I had to tell here, the banks are using, okay, the traditional method and also the digital method also they are using. So that is the channels of bank marketing. We cannot say that I'll just go to door service and I'll provide the or I'll do the marketing of our products and services. No, I had to use both televisions, I had to use the newspapers, I had the banks are using the radios, they are using the email technique, or they are using the email channel, they are using the magazines, they are using the statements. These are some of the channels where they are finding it more beneficial to market their products, right? So then talking about the main characteristics of the bank marketing, as we all know, when you say marketing, definitely it has to be segmented, the market has to be segmented. So when you say it is a bank marketing also, the market is completely heterogeneous, right? So we have segmented the market according to the age, according to the gender, according to the geographical segmentation has been done, according to the lifestyle, the market will be segmented. The same is applicable to the bank marketing also, or the bank segmentation. So even though all the bank branches sell the same services, the standard of service is not uniform, isn't it? It is not uniform from branch to branch. The service marketing relies heavily on the individual selling the service. Clear? So it is this individual who is judged as the bank rather than underlying service being sold. Clear? So the marketing manager has to give more attention for selling. Has to give more attention to the product knowledge or the sales training, selling service, or interpersonal skill of the seller. The another character or the feature under the bank marketing service is that of intangibility. Okay, so when you say service, definitely we cannot just we cannot touch, we cannot see. The only thing is what we are able to experience the type of services which the banks are providing us. So I suppose each and every one have got the harsh experiences and also the beautiful experience when you enter into the bank. Yeah. So most some of the tangible representations, say like checkbooks are there, or the bank statements are there, or the plastic cards are there. These represents only a small part of the intangible services. Clear. So purchase of financial service often involves a highly emotive decision. So it is a when I am purchasing the financial services, it all involves the decisions which are emotive, right? So then another feature what we are seeing here is when you are providing the financial service in the bank or the bank marketing, definitely the services are perishable. We cannot say we cannot store it for a longer period. Every day the customer expects a better services from the banks, right? Even though a fellow visits to a bank very often, or when he visits to a bank for every month or for every 15 days, that fellow or that customer always expects some kind of better treatment for him, right? So the demand for the services fluctuates from day to day, week to week, month to month, especially for the branches in the tourist areas. They always expect, they will just forget the services which they have got previously, and the customer always will be expecting something better, better, right? The another thing is they are inseparable, we cannot separate, right? So bank marketing, another feature is most of the time the services cannot be separated from the sales consultant or the investment advisor or the corporate managers. Clear? So then let me just mainly highlight on the types of marketing here. If some of our participant, if they have joined, if they are from the marketing or the commerce background, they will be knowing the 7 P's of marketing, which we otherwise call as the marketing mix. Okay, so even in the bank marketing also, they follow the 7 P's of marketing. Clear? So broadly, what we are having is the internal, external, and the interactive types of marketing are there. So which includes the product, price, place, promotion, people, process, and the physical evidence. So if I had to just highlight about the various external marketing strategies, like say products are there. So products offered are the services which includes various types of bank accounts. So the different types of loans are there. So when you are talking about the loans, definitely we have n number of loans for the customers. So banks are like an ocean, right? So it is like an ocean. When the more you so when you jump or when you dive into a ocean, the deeper you go, the deeper it will be. You will be able to explore more things. The same thing with the case of the banks also. It is like an ocean. You will find n number of facilities. You have got the different types of loans. You have got n number of investment facilities or services. They are providing you the credit facilities. They are providing you the online banking facilities. They are providing you the net banking or the mobile banking and whatnot, right? So in order to satisfy the customers, in order to create an awareness to the customer, is one of the biggest again, let me tell you, one of the biggest challenge for the banks, right? So that is about the products. Then they have to adapt a lot number of strategies to sell all these kind of services or the products to the customers. Another thing is about the pricing. The bankers or the banks have to give importance even for the pricing, right? So when you say pricing, no branches will be having any authority to control the interest rate or transaction cost, right? So whatever the regulations which are being framed up by the RBI, that they will be following. So pricing also is one of the strategy which the regulatory bodies have to take care, and they have to do the marketing for selling their services or products to the customers. At the same time, the third P of marketing is what you call as the place, right? So the main objective is to get the right product at the right place, at the right time, at the least cost. Clear? So that is the strategy which the bankers or the banks will have to do or have to follow for marketing their products. Clear? So here also I have written extensive branch network. There will be able to access to the large sections of the people. So when you are talking about the number of branches, the topmost, the largest bank in India, if I had to say here, it will be our State Bank of India, which has n number thousands of branches, which is having a network. So it is able to create the branches. It has created or it has established n number of branches in India. But uh, yeah,
Drop చేసుకుని సరే
establishing this.
drop
Huh?
అలాంటి ఇది అవును వచ్చింది ఫోన్
Excuse me. Okay. So extensive branch
No issue,
networks
madam.
have been
Please continue.
established. Yeah, thank you. Number of branches, it doesn't matter here. The way they are marketing, the way they are creating the customers to purchase their product has to be focused, and the strategy has to be adapted for establishing and functioning of a network of
సరే అందరూ ఎకనామిక్
through which the banking services are delivered. Then comes the promotion. The fourth P of the bank marketing is the promotion. So the best way of advertising, the publicity, the way they are doing the sales promotion or the personal selling and push and pull strategies have to be adapted by the banks to sell their products or the services to its customers. So we are all very much aware about the various advertising technique which we are seeing. That means most of the banks are also using the social media as one of the best way, best strategy for selling their products. Or when you are talking about the push and pull strategy also, it means what? We are creating an awareness among the customers to about the product, and also we are when you say pull strategy, it means what? We are trying to create an awareness, and also we want the customers to purchase our product. So that should be the strategy which our bank marketers have to follow. Then another thing is the public relationship or the word of mouth promotions or the internet facility or the telemarketing. All these are the strategies which the bankers will have to follow for marketing their products. So when it comes the word of mouth promotion, definitely it is going to be having a greater effect, right? Say when there is a saying like, if one customer is satisfied, that means what? 100 new customers will be created. Clear. So if one customer is dissatisfied, I'll be losing 100 number of customers, right? So that should be the strategy. It means what here? Whenever a customer enters into your bank or any of the financial institutions, make sure that they follow the strategy of convincing or showing an empathy or showing a good relationship with that of the customers. So about telemarketing, if I had to tell you, most of the foreign banks are adapting the strategy of telemarketing, right? So which I'm not much aware about the private or the public sector banks in India, but still most of the foreign banks are adapting this strategy of telemarketing, which has made them to create n number of customers for their products and their services. And coming to the internal marketing, so that is about the external. So when you talk about the internal marketing, the fifth P what we have is the people or the employees who are working in our bank or in our financial institutions, right? So the employees should also be treated as the internal customers, and a sort of marketing mix should also be followed. So quality human resources can be a point of differentiation, right? So that means what here? The employees are nothing but the people who are working in an organization. They should also be what follow this kind of marketing mix, right? Then you have interactive marketing, the quality of the services provided during the buyer and the employee interaction. So as I told you, so whenever one customer is satisfied means by the word of mouth, that fellow will be giving us 100 new customers for our products. Clear. So the quality of services which are provided during the buyer and employee relationship is one of the biggest or one of the best strategy which the bankers will have to follow. So it involves the process and also the physical evidence. Clear. So when you say the process, it means what here? It refers to the systems which are used to assist the organization in delivering their services. It helps in the promotion of customer satisfaction. So the best way of providing the service or the best strategy accordingly is what? Standardizing the procedure or speed up the delivery services or reducing the paperwork, make the customer hassle free, especially when it comes to the loans, or when any of the customer applies for a loan or when he goes to a bank for any kind of loan or any kind of services. Tedious procedures will be there, or completely lengthy procedures will have to be followed. So that if it is reduced, definitely what we'll say, marketing of the banks or the, I mean, if that strategy is applied, definitely the bankers will be in a much more better position than at present, right? Then customization as per the individual demand is also simplicity. These are some of the strategies which they are supposed to follow. Similarly, the physical evidence is also one of the strategy which the bankers will have to follow for marketing their products. So when you say physical evidence, it means what here? It is the environment in which the service is delivered, okay, and where the firm and the customers interact, and any tangible commodities that facilitate the performance or communication of the service. So it includes what here? The signage. Say whenever we enter into a bank, they'll be having lot number of signage or the boards will be there, which will make the customer aware about the products, okay, or the punch lines will be there, or the reports will be there, or the tangibles will be there, or the tangible items, say like checkbooks are there. So these are all the physical evidences which will prompt the customers to enter into your branch or to make more number of transactions in your in your banks, isn't it? And the about the punchline, if I had to tell here, that is one of the best strategy which most of the bankers are adapting. Suppose if I had to tell a few, State Bank of India, the punchline or the tagline of your State Bank of India will be what? Banker of every Indian, right? So earlier the punchline or the tagline of the State Bank of India was what? Pure banking, nothing else. That was a punchline of the State Bank of India. But now what they were using here is the banker of every Indian, or a bank for a common man. So these are the some of the punchlines which will prompt or which will make the customer to enter into your bank. It feel very easy to enter into your banks, right? Or when you are talking about the ICICI or any of the private sector banks, the punchline of your ICICI bank will be what? Hum hai na, or aapka khayal, something like that. So when such kind of taglines are used by the banks, definitely this is one of the best strategy which makes the customer to feel a sense of what you say, अपनापन जो बोलते हैं ना, तो that kind of feeling will emerge when we use the best taglines or the punchlines. So if I had to again share a few other punchlines, right, like Canara Bank is there, right? So Canara Bank also has got its own n number of punchlines will be there. And if I had to highlight here, say like Bank of Maharashtra is there, right? So when you say Bank of Maharashtra uses one family, one bank, okay, Canara Bank uses together we can. So such kind of beautiful or the attractive punchlines will make the customer intact with your branches. So marketing of the product should be in such a way that the physical evidence is also need to be highlighted here. So then coming to the these were some of the strategies or some of the way by which the bank marketing can be done, right? So now if I had to just highlight on the challenges of the bank marketing, the major challenge is what, as I already told, technology. Every day and a number of technologies, the new methods are coming here, even in the banking sectors, right? So to cope up with that of a new technology, again, it is one of the challenging tasks. Or we are having the untrained staff. Suppose if I had to tell here one example, if any of the candidate who passes or who is been appointed as a bank employee, maybe assistant or it may be a PO, so that fellow will not be given any kind of training here. So directly that person will be put into a branch directly. So those kind of untrained staff is also one of the major challenge which is hampering the marketing of the banks, right? So the same way rural marketing is there, right? So when it comes to the rural marketing, it is again one of the challenging tasks, one of the tedious tasks, because we cannot convince the people or the customers who are at the rural level, right? So 100 times if you try to convince the customer, maybe if you are a very good spokesperson, or if you are a very person who is having a very good conversation or a good communication skill, definitely that fellow will be able to satisfy with some of the schemes which you have told, right? So then that is also one of the biggest challenge which most of the rural banks are facing to sell their products or to promote their products, right? So another thing is the customer awareness, right? So customer awareness is one of the biggest challenge of the bank marketing, right? So when you talk about the customer awareness, most of the customers are not at all aware about so many products or the so many schemes or so many services which the bankers are providing to them, right? So it may be so to name a few, most of the customers are not very much aware about the provident fund, or maybe like PPF, or the some of the schemes related to the senior citizens or the pensions, or it may be the like say the services, say like what credit cards, okay, or it may be the mutual funds, right, or maybe the NPS, right? We are not very much aware about the what do you say, bonds, right? Suppose if I want to purchase one bond, I am not very much aware about the where I can get the bonds, how I will be able to get, what are its benefits. The customers are not very much aware, right? So that is one of the challenge of the bank marketing. The same similarly the services, say like OD facility is there, the loan facilities are there, the debit card facilities are there, or the credit card facilities are there, or the mortgage services. All these services are most of the customers are not very much aware. So when in India, when the zero account was being made compulsory, or when zero accounts were being made in India, it was like only an account has been created, but there are most of the people are not very much aware about its importance. Okay, how to use such a kind of banks, or how to use the services, what are the schemes which will be beneficial to them. Most of the customers are not very much aware, right? So convincing such kind of customers is one of the biggest challenge which the banks are facing here. Clear? So they need to adapt the best strategies which will make the customers, which will enhance or which will increase the number of customers for their branches. So I am a very kind of a positive person, so hardly 4 challenges I have put in front of you. Maybe there are at the ground level or at the grassroots level, if we see, the bankers will be facing n number of challenges to sell their products, to sell their to promote their services or to promote their products, right? So these are only the few challenges which I have highlighted here. And convincing the people at the rural area, we cannot say that say this technology, we cannot educate them, or when we, even if we educate the person who is at the rural area, uh, we may not be 100% sure that that fellow will be using our services or not, right? So so for that purpose, the thing is what, convincing the people at the rural, or marketing the products, bank products at the rural level, is one of the biggest challenges which the bankers are facing here. And anyhow, when we have the challenges, definitely we have some kind of remedies, or the how to overcome such kind of challenges, definitely we need to highlight here. Because when you say the bank marketing, banks are also the business unit. They are also supposed to develop, they are like a mirror for the any country's economy. So when you say our company, sorry, when we say our country is progressing, it means that we are seeing the financial situation, we are seeing the reports which the RBI is providing us, right? So for that purpose, however the number of challenges are there, we are having n number of remedies, we need to follow n number of recommendations are there, so that we can enhance the marketing strategies for the bankers also. So to name a few, I have written here, RBI and the policymakers of public sector banks should conceptualize, okay, modern principles of marketing which would bring a quality upgradation, right? So gone are the days when the bankers used to rule the customers, like they used to rule the market. So but now the importance or upgradation of the quality has to be highlighted here. So public sector banks must formulate the marketing mix which suits the socio-economic requirements of, right? So according to the society, according to the economic requirement of the customers, we need to follow the marketing mix. So foreign banks, as I already told you, the foreign banks are promoting telemarketing. Clear? So that is has to be followed by our public sector banks also. The word of mouth promotion should also be the strategy which has to be taken care of. Okay. Another most important conclusion, what I would like to say here is, the gap between the service promised and the services offered need to be bridged over. So by which the trust of the customers, or the faith on the banks, the customer will the customers or the bankers will be able to gain the trust of the customers only if they only if they bridge a gap between the services promised and the services offered. Clear? So it should not be like a Bol Bachan type. If they start only giving the schemes, and if they start only doing the marketing, that is not going to work out. So whenever they say any kind of things, that has to be implemented. So then only they'll be able to gain a trust in the minds of the customers, right? So then the another few things which the bankers, we need to keep in mind, or when for the formulation will be like, they need to know the behavioral management. So as I already told you, we will be having a very good experience, and also most of the customers will be having a very bad experiences when they enter into the bank or when they ask for any kind of services. So for that purpose, what they have done, they have given you the net banking or the online banking or the RTGS or the what you say neft, all such kind of things are being given for the customers, right? So here, if I had to take the the most of the public sector banks in India, the frontline staff need empathy in their behavior. The trade unions should also be minimized here. Okay, then the physical appearance. So, in order to market your financial products or services, the appearance of the bankers should also be given more importance. So that is, they have to look smart, they have to be very much active, they have to be very much attractive in order to convince the customers, isn't it? So only when we have or only when the customer will get a very good ambience when they enter into a bank, definitely they'll be following n number of schemes, they'll be doing or they'll be purchasing the services or the schemes which the bankers are providing to their customers, right? So thus we need multi-dimensional changes. So that is what are the key words which we are supposed to remember for this session, right? So when you are marketing the banking products or the services, we need a multiple or the multi-dimensional changes is the need of the hour for most of the public sector banks to progress, right? So this will be some of the points which I thought of sharing with you, sir. Hopefully my session or my presentation will be having uh, to some extent, I think I was able to justify my today's presentation, sir. So overall, the concept here is what? The bank marketing is not so very easy. As a layman or any of the customer, they feel that banks, that is such a very nice job, it is a very good profession and all. Or some of the customers will be of a negative side also. But the thing here is, they will be struggling a lot to market their products, they will be struggling a lot to promote their products. So that is also on the other side. If we say the behavioral management may not be possible, because every day they will be seeing varieties of customers, unlike the other departments where they'll be sticking on to a very fixed number of candidates, right? But when you think about the bankers, every day they will have to face n number of customers which are of a different mindset, right? So but still, I would like to say that the bankers are like what you say, ocean, and only the person who dips into it, then that fellow will only be knowing about the various struggles, the various strategies, the various challenges which those people will be facing. But still, overall, what we can say is marketing the banking products or services is not everyone's cup of tea. But still, uh, we had to be we have to involve 100%, and so that effectively and efficiently the services can be provided to our prospective customers. So that is the end from my side, sir. Thank you so much for providing me the opportunity, and I thank you for sharing my views, my presentation on the topic of marketing of financial services, sir. So thank you so much. That is from my end.
So thank you very much, Madam Premalata Madam, for the excellent presentation
Thank you
on the
so much.
topic marketing of financial service. Now it's a time for discussion session.
Right.
Now I request dear participants, if you have any query or would like to share something, please come ahead, dear participants.
Hello. Good evening, Dr.
Welcome,
Bedkar sir
Sir.
and Prashant sir. Good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation, and really the marketing, pushes the strategies. So the strategies and marketing, that goes in hand in hand. And I
Yes.
think the taglines are really very attractive of every bank, and really it attracts. Another thing is very important thing is, there are small companies, like loan companies or something like that. They are also coming with some tagline. But I
Yes.
think some of them are promoting the how means one person to person promotion also. So
Yes.
when they are promoting this, are they having same strategy with every person who are promoting it, or it is different? As per the individual, it differs from person to person. What do you think about this, man?
Yes, sir. Of course, definitely. Because each and every individual's perspective will be different, right? So I'll be very much satisfied if my attitude or if my mindset is I'll be a very relaxed person, where I'll be satisfied with the very small, small, simple things. The another person may not be able to. He may not be satisfied with such kind of things, even though as you said, the word of mouth, or when one person says about person to person advertising, it may not always be the best strategy, but we can say this is one of the strategy which the banks can adapt for marketing their products, sir. Because when you say the customers, they are the king. When I say they are the king, that means what? Each and every individual's requirements are completely different. So I'll be expecting, say, like interest rates should not at all be there for our home loans, right? But the other person maybe say, like, I want to save my tax, so I'll go for the home loan, so that will be saving my tax. Clear? So that is the perspectives of every individuals will is always different. So we cannot say that we cannot satisfy every individual, or one individual cannot be convinced with that of the other services which the banks are offering to the another person, right, sir? So that
Yes,
means
thank you,
we
ma'am.
need to,
Ma'am,
yeah.
suppose there is a bank like SBI or some big bank is there. The people, everyone knows about SBI, right? So
Yes.
we are approaching them. That is how the customers are active and the bank people are passive. But at some
Yeah.
places, you'll find some people are going, to the house, and then they're convincing them, take this loan or take this, or so which method is more potent? Which method is more useful? What you feel? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Or making
Yes.
name is big thing, or just promoting house to house is big thing.
Yes, sir. So to be very much the at the ground root, what I have observed, and as of my information is concerned, what I got is at present again the bankers are, especially when you are talking about the public sector banks, they are also going they are providing you the door to door services, right? So now they are going to each and the customers house. They are going to the customers and they are trying to convince, right? So again, that means what here? Even though a person is not at all interested to take a loan, even though a person is not at all interested to take up any kind of insurance, the bankers, if I had to tell here, the banks are making the customer to take the loans or to make a policy to take up an insurance. Jabardasti mein ho raha hai. Okay. So even though that fellow is not at all interested, but still the strategy what they are doing is they are going to the door to door, right? So as of what you asked was whether that strategy is better or the name and fame is better, right? So the name or the fame is as of my opinion is concerned, sir, it is like name is only, it will stay, right? It will be always there. When you say, when you're talking about the State Bank of India, definitely the name is at the top level. They are providing you the best standardized services, but because of the regulations which are being framed up by the regulatory bodies, they are making the banks to go to the doorsteps of the customers rather than the customers coming at the doorsteps of the banks. Because of these kind of harsh or the tight regulations which are being framed by our RBI or any of the regulatory bodies, it is making them to go at the doorsteps of every customers and making the customers to even if they are not interested, they have to forcibly they are making them to do some kind of policies or the schemes or any kind of the services. Clear, sir? So that means at present, as of our observation, is there the standard which the top bankers have was there, that is to some extent it is losing its standardization. That is what is my opinion, sir. And I don't know how many will be convinced of that, but still, when we start seeing practically, because I am a person who will always think about the practical things, or whatever is at the ground level or whatever is happening, I will try to highlight on that only. Because even though if I am not interested to make a policy, most of the banking sectors or the public sectors are making the customer to take up the policies forcibly, right? Even though just because of the name or the goodwill which the bankers are having, maybe for that purpose we may take up the policies. So that is, but as you asked, both the methods are there, but because of the various fluctuations, as I told, bank is a business unit, it is a commercial unit. So if it has to survive, it can go at the extreme level, and also it has to show lot of empathy to all the sections of the people to get more business. That is of my opinion, sir. I don't know how I have convinced you.
Hello, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I feel, what I feel personally, that the people who are educated and well versed with banking, they are visiting the big banks. But the small customers or small people, they cannot reach to the bank. They feel they are having some kind of a fear in their mind, like a villagers or something. So I think this going house to house and explaining the policy and asking them to, register them or get them into the banking sector. I think that is also very much okay for them. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, sir. So for that purpose, there is an essence of empathy should be highlighted here by most of the banking institution. That is the most important thing at present, because they will also be working under so much of stress. So the need of the hour is the essence of empathy should be highlighted by the financial institutions. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, Honorable Dr. Sanand Shukla, sir, for your nice queries, and Premalata madam have answered it very clearly. Now I request the chief organizer of the series, Honorable Principal M. Bedkar, sir, for concluding words. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Hmm. Yes. 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 Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Yes. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Yes. 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 Sorry. Yes. Mhm. Yes. 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 Okay. Yes. Yes, sir. So thank you once again. Let me also tell you, it's a really a great opportunity for me. Since last week, I have been attending here. I have got to know, or I have enhanced my knowledge on various topics. It's really a knowledge platform, sir. So it's a great opportunity to learn every day. So many new topics I am able to learn here through this fantastic platform, sir. Once again, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Ma'am, just wait for more chance.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Shri Kumarswami, Mahavidyalaya, Ausa, District Latur, I know organized one record series too. Today we have completed 297th day of the series, and the resource person for today's session was our dais Honorable Premalata Munoli Madam. Ma'am have explained the term marketing and essential service very sincerely, clearly. The way she expressed it was very excellent.
Thank
I
you, sir.
no need to revise all those points, but madam have presented it point to point. Explanation was there, and no details have left from your side, madam. So thank you so much on behalf of the organizing committee member. Really, you paid your very valuable time to us. Join the series on time and perfectly completed.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.